Okay, so welcome back, and now I'll show you how to the two processes, okay, of how we can activate this spinal engine. So the first thing we should know is activation. So the activation of the vertebral column. So it doesn't matter whether you are a professional, you're a trainer or a chiropractor or a physician. No, you will want to see this because activation of the vertebral column actually liberates many muscles that we have never moved all our lives because we have been limited. We have always thought that whatever we've been doing was sufficient, but time goes on and we keep on discovering, like you all know, and activation changes everything, okay, and makes every formula better. So activation is a process that requires four steps. Now the steps to activate the vertebral column are, okay, let's go steps. So these are the steps. One, we need to drag the shoulders backwards. We need shoulders, so shoulders backwards. Okay, you draw them backwards like this, shoulders backwards like this. Then the chest. The chest goes forward, okay? Chest forward, 3. Okay, you can take notes if you want to. Chest forward, no, the stomach remains inside, okay? But what we have to do here next is the elbows remain bent like this. You bend your elbows and the palms of your hands should go upwards. So bend your elbows and stick them to your body. Bend elbows plus the palms of your hands look upwards. Palms upwards. And the palms of your hand. 4, which is very important, we need to keep the neck straight like this. Okay, that will lift this place upwards. Okay, the back of your head lifted upwards by pushing your chin backwards like this. Okay, without moving the body, just push your chin upwards like this. Okay, so chin backwards. And plus head straight. All right, so these are the 4 steps to activate the vertebral column. Activation of the, let's say, the VC, okay, the vertebral column. Okay, so physically, this is the process here, okay? So shoulders backwards like this, chest forward. I bend my elbows with the hands that are free, relaxed. Hands looking upwards and hands straight. So this is the position here. Why this position? Why activation? I know you should be asking that, right? Why the activation? So why did I say that you gain functions with activation? We gain functions because look what happens. It's easier to show you, okay? So now if I make a movement like this one, a rotation in one position, that my feet do not move, I rotate. Now this rotation is limited. So this is the max I can go, okay? This is the maximum I can go. Now if I activate, like I showed you before, the chest straight, okay, shoulders backwards, hands looking upward like this, bending my elbows, and I straighten my head. Look what happens. I can rotate. Look, I'm rotating. Look at me. I'm rotating and rotating and rotating more than before. Okay, I'm not rotating my head, rotating my shoulders. Now this is really important because I did more than I had done before. So the movement was limited before. Now I can do more than I did before, and I did this just one time. Imagine if I repeat that 10 times. The muscles will keep on dragging. I'll keep on doing muscle extensions on the muscles of my back. Okay, and this muscle extension actually reduce compression. Okay, so this is just the first step. But I just saw one movement. Imagine if you do everything in activation, every movement is optimized. For example, if I lift up my knees at this level, like, see that? Okay, now I'm pulling it up. Okay, you can go higher than this. Okay, see, I'm losing balance. Now, if I go and do activation right now, whoops. Okay, activation, look at this. Look at that. Head forward. Okay, look at what happens to the knee right now. It rises and goes up higher and higher and higher, and I'm more stable. Look at that. Wow. So in activation, I can lift my knee higher than before. Okay, now what does that mean? It simply means that, how many of you have done movement and activation? How many of you have done this rotation and activation? How many of you have done any movement in your life by activating your vertebral column first? Now, if we haven't done activation before, it simply means that we have left many muscles non-functional. Now, if these muscles are not functional, we lose their functions and they get smaller, and they contract, and this actually brings the skeleton closer to each other and the joints together. Okay, it brings the joints closer, and this actually causes compression. For example, the level of the vertebral column causes compression of the discs, causing herniated discs, for example. Okay, and other articulations. So this is very important. Activation permits me to keep my vertebral column straight, to be able to give more space to my body to do an extra, not only extra rotation, but an extra movement. What does that mean at the level of sports? It simply means that if you run an activation, you reach before. If you jump in activation, you jump higher. Try that. Try that. Watch your time. Run like you used to run before and see how long it takes. And you run again, do the same thing in activation and see how long you're going to take. So this is very important. Activation is the first step towards the activation of the spinal engine, which we need to decompress our vertebral column and reduce every risk of having any problems due to compression, like herniated discs or like scoliosis, and many other problems due to compression. So this is another level. So if you love this video, then keep on watching, because I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do to be able to extend the vertebral column, which is the second step. So I'll see you guys in the next video.